Hello there. Okay, let me just unmute. So I should be able to hear that. Okay, so hello, we're going to do our 15-minute arms session today. I'm just going to reposition this so you can see me. Okay, it's mostly going to be standing up, and no surprising, you're going to need some weights for this. So I've got some 3 kilograms. Ones you can use whatever you've got, and you can change for different exercises as well. So as you know, for these 15-minute sessions, we're not doing a warm-up, we're not doing a cool down, so they're just for you to do yourself before we start. So I hope you warmed up, and you've left a couple of minutes at the end just to do some stretches just for your arms. So to start off with, we're going to grab our weights. So firstly, you want to bring your shoulders back, pulling your stomach in lightly, and your chest is open. Feet are just roughly shoulder width apart, and your hands are, your weights are just held on each side, and just very simply we're going to do a bicep curl and a press going straight up. As you go overhead, you want to make sure that you keep your core nice and tight. You don't want to be pushing up and doing this, which is putting a strain on your back. Instead, you want to keep that stomach nice and tight, so as you push up, nothing moves, just your arms, okay? And that's how you're going to keep your core all the way through. Okay, so when you're ready, shoulders back, let's go for 12 of these. So curling up to your shoulders and pushing overhead, that's 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Keep going, 5. Breathe. When it gets tough, which means it's getting tough at being our breathing. 6, 7, and 8. I'd love to get an automatic counter so I don't forget. 9, and I can talk at the same time. 10, 11, and this is our last one. And 12. Lovely. Okay. Quite tough doing an arm session, just one after the other. So, checking my next one. Right, I'm going to do 6 of these because these are a little bit hard to do. So your hands are up here, side view. So you're sort of roughly about, I think, 90-ish degrees. So these, my hands are sort of in front of my face. So I'm keeping a lift up. Again, keeping your core nice and tight. You're going to lift up like that, and then come out, and then press up, and then down. Just to give myself a rest after that demonstration. And we're just going to do 6 of those, okay? Because they're quite challenging. So lifting up here, pulling your stomach, make sure you're nice and straight, keeping everything nice and tight, and let's go. So wide, hands facing out, pushing overhead. That's 1. That's torture, just being honest. And 2. Oh my God, this is a killer. Right. Just rest if you need to. 3. And 4. Oh. And then this is one of those where you might want to switch into lower weights if you've got them. 5. We all know for next time. And then out, and so will I. And 6. And then down. And then rest. Okay, well done. Just give yourself a little bit of a rest. Okay. So for the next one, we're going to do the flies. So for this, you're going to just bend at the hips. You're looking forward, so your back's nice and straight. You're not in a round position here. Really important, you're nice and straight. So your next level with your head, your next level with your spine, I should say, and you're going to be bringing out the weights that way. Okay? So we'll do 12 of those. So put your weights up. Let's hope I've recovered from those other ones. So that little bend forwards. Feet are just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Weights at the front of you, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, okay? Let's go. So 1. Do 12 now. 2, 3, 4. Try and keep that back nice and straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Lovely, and then relax. So the next one is lateral raises. So these are quite tough. we're going out to the side like that for 12. So you might find that these are ones that you switch to a lighter weight. You can drop your weights, literally put them down and don't use them if you want, or you can do alternative, one arm at a time. So when it starts to get too much, just do one arm at a time like that rather than both. Okay? So you'll do half as many, but you get a little bit of a rest in between. So we're going to aim for 12. Okay? Go into singles whenever you need to. Okay? So let's go. Feel this later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please give your shoulders like a nice rounded look at the side there at the top. So that's nice. But they're worth doing, even though I'll never like them. 8, 9, just up to horizontal. 10, last one. 11, dig in, and 12. Lovely. Then we're going to get down on the floor. So we're going to do half kneel here. So we can work our triceps. You can put your elbow on your knee at the front, okay? So the knee that's down, the leg that's down is the same side as the arm that you're working. You're going to think about pulling your elbow into your side, and the weight goes straight out like this. So you can see. So you really want to straighten that arm. That's when you're going to get this muscle working. So we're going to do 12 of those. So when you're ready, let's go. So 1. Really squeeze and hold at the end, and that's when you'll feel that tricep working. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really give it a little pause at the end, so you really feel that contraction. 10, 11, last one, and 12, and then rest. So we're going to swap sides. Okay, so resting on this side, elbow tucked in here, okay, and then you're going to go straight back and open that joint completely, okay, pressing back. So 1, really squeeze, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, really hold a little bit at the end. 8, makes a big difference. 9, and control it coming back. 10, 11, so a nice smooth movement all the time, keeping the elbow tucked in. And 12, and then relax. Okay, then we're going to put both of your weights down. We're going to go for our box press ups. Okay, so key here is to pull your stomach up nice and tight here. Nice wide positioning from the hands. Spread your fingers out. Your elbows can come to the side. But you're keeping this tucked up nice and high, so that as you press down, your back stays straight. You don't want to be doing this, okay? And you don't want to be sticking your chin out to hit the floor first. Keep your neck, chin tucked in, and your back of your neck level with your spine, okay? So when you're ready, let's do 12 of these. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, stand as far as you can, rest when you need to, keep that stomach nice and tight, and this is 12. Okay, and then we're ready to stand up. So I think we'll have time to just go through those one more time each, which I think you're going to need, as I am, because they're quite hard. Okay, so first up, shoulders back, chest lifted, draw your stomach in so you're just nice and solid through your core, and then you bring in your weights up to your shoulders, and then push it overhead, keeping your stomach nice and engaged so that you're not flaring your ribs and arching your back. So let's go for 12. Okay, here we go. 1. These aren't too bad, these, at the beginning. 2. Keep your elbows nice and tucked in, nice and smooth control. 3. And then think about squeezing your biceps as you bring them up. 4. Remember that mind-muscle connection is a real thing. 5. and 6, and 7. Find a nice little breathing rhythm. That always helps. Distracts you a little bit as well. Take your brain out a bit more. And just feel the movement. Try not to lose count. This is 10, I think. Squeeze. 11. Keep that stomach tight when you get tired. You're tempted to flay ribs out. And 12. And then down. Okay, so now it's the killer. Oh, I'm so glad I only did 6 of these. So, hands come up, the elbows as high as you can get them, then you're coming out round and pushing up. Again, keeping your core tight so you're not flaring your ribs, okay? So when we're ready, let's do 6 of them as it is, and 12. Definitely don't mean that. Okay, so lifting up as high as you can, and out to the side, press it overhead, and down, and then in. That's 1. And 2. Really breathe with these. Rest if you need to. 3. Keep that stomach tight. I'm going to fight the urge myself to lift my ribs up. 4. So 2 more. And push. 1 more. Oh, burns real. Oh, done those. Oh my God. Right. Makes me not want to include them again. All right then, what I will, because that means you need them. So what's next? Our flies. Okay, so we're in this nice little small squat. So your knees are soft, a little bend through here, tight through your core, and it's just allowing you to open like that. Okay, so your elbows are slightly bent, and you get a feeling of squeezing your shoulder blades together. Okay, so let's do 12 of these. Okay, so 1, 2. Make sure your head's nice and level, your neck's level with your back. 4, your shoulders are relaxing down. It's your shoulder blades that are squeezing together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like I'm opening my chest, but I'm not lifting my chest. And 12. And then relax. So I'm going to put these down for a second because I need it. So I'm guessing you might need it too. Just roll through your shoulders a bit. Give them a break because going up to the side with your weights with these lateral raises is quite a tough exercise. Okay. So remember, do as many as you can, 2 arms at a time. When you start to get tired, just switch it to 1 at a time and that should help. Okay. Let's dig in. Nearly there. Okay. Shoulders back, chest lifted, stomach nice and tight, and let's go straight out to the side. So 1, whew, 2, just asking myself whether I'll get to the end without going to 1 arms, and I really don't know yet. 4, and 5, and 6, 7, really feeling it now, 8, 9, 3 more, really dig in, 10, high as you can, keep the control all the time, 11, last one, resist the temptation to hunch your shoulders up, and 12, oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we're going to sit down, sort of. All right, half kneel, elbow into your side, holding your weight with your hand, starts off almost touching your shoulder if you can reach, and then it comes back to a nice straight arm and really squeeze that tricep. Think about squeezing it and a little hold at the end before we start again. So 12 on each side. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, find that nice breathing rhythm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, little hold at the end. 11, control both ways. And 12, and then rest. Turn around, swapping sides. So you can rest on your knee, elbows tucked into your side, starting up here, and then we're pushing out nice and straight. Okay, let's go for 12. Hold nice and smooth, flow all the way through. Keep control of the movement. 3, 4, 5, find that breathing. 6. Little hold at the end, don't forget, really squeeze that muscle. 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Oof, and then finally, just to finish us all off, let's do press-ups. So remember, hands out to the side, really spread your fingers. You can widen the gap between your arms to make it a little bit easier. Pulling in your stomach so that's nice and tight, keeping your head level with your back so you're not dipping your chin forwards. When we're ready, let's go. Okay, just last 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep breathing, we're nearly there. 9, rest when you need to, just as low as you can. 10, make sure your stomach's nice and tight, you're not losing control of your back. This is our last one. And 12. Okay, well done. Right, challenging little session arms. All I can say is I'm really glad I had a coffee before that because I've really needed it. So hope you enjoy that one. Have a lovely afternoon or whatever it is for you after doing that, and I'll see you very soon. All right then, take care.